All right, we got a question from Facebook. Dale asks, let's see, he's got a 6x2 tractor. The front tandem is a manually regulated lift axle with a manual pressure regulator. His trailer is a Holland CBX40 auto posi lift, and that is, he's saying that anytime 18,000 pounds or less is detected by the ABS computer, this axle auto lifts. These are becoming a lot more common. We hear about these out there. So he says, you got anything for me? I've used all your products and they all work well on other rigs. Okay, so we'll start with the regulated lift axle. So the thing to remember with the lift axles, if it's manually regulated, meaning you can set the pressure, whatever you set that pressure to, that's what it is, and it's always going to put down that much weight. So if it's at 60 psi, you might have figured out that that's 10,000 pounds, and anytime you put that axle down, it's 10,000 pounds. So what you do in that case is just use one of our standard digital gauges, like either an in-dash or a 201 EBT01, and just calibrate the one axle. So leave this one up, calibrate it like it's a single axle. So you'll do your drive empty and loaded with this axle up, and then you can also do the estimated steer. And so let's just look at the tractor. You've already calibrated, this lift axle is up, and it says, okay, your drive is 20,000 pounds or whatever, and it says your steer. So that's accurate, that's how you calibrate it. And then you know, when you put down your lift axle, to subtract 10,000 pounds out of that weight. You're gonna see this go from whatever it was, 20, it's gonna go down. It's gonna go down to 10. So then you just have to know that 10,000 of it went here, and then the remainder is there. But the thing to remember is that this one will always be accurate for that axle. So like, you know, regardless of what you set here, you can raise the pressure on this axle and you'll see the weight on the gauge go down because the actual weight on this axle is going down. So, and then in that case, with this axle down, your estimated steer is no longer accurate because you've changed that ratio. Okay, so that takes care of the tractor. Moving back to the trailer, same idea, but the only difference here is that this axle auto lifts when it's empty. So you still need to do a low and a high calibration. The only difference is that you would put a light load in there, just enough to get the axle to drop. So let's say it's 20,000 pounds total for the group. That would be your empty weight, so that it's a tandem. And then you go back through with a heavy weight. So you do like 20,000 pounds empty, 34,000 loaded. And then anytime that axle's up, it's no longer accurate, so just ignore it while the axle's up.